Hello guys, welcome to another video. This one is paper 1 of May-June 2002. Let's move on to question number 1. So here we have calculate the value of 0.1 times 0.06. So as always, you first ignore the decimal place. You do 1 times 6. That will be 6. And here we have 2 decimal place. Here we have 1. So in total we have 3 decimal place. So 1, 2, 3. That will be, your answer will be 0.006. Now part B, find the decimal number exactly halfway between those two numbers. So halfway will be, you first have to add them together. So that will be the sum, so 0.2. So then we have to divide by 2 for exactly halfway. That will be 1.015. So 1.015 will be the decimal exactly halfway between the two numbers. Now for number 2, giving your answer as simply as possible, calculate this one. This is the fraction, 3 over 4 minus 1 over 3. Since the base are different, we have to find the LCM. In this case, we can just multiply them by each other. Then we cross multiply, so 3 times 3 will be 9 minus 4, that will be 5 over 12. And part 2, we have to find 2/5 of this, so pretty easy. 2/5 of becomes multiply of this. Now we can just simplify. 2 goes away, that will be 8. 5, that will be 3. So 3 over 8 will be your fraction in its simplest form. Now for question number 3, calculate the value of this. As you know, anything power 0 is equal to 1. But 9 power half, as you know, 9 is 3 power 2, which is power half, that will be 3. So 3 plus 1, that is 4, as your answer. Now part B, the reciprocal of this is 2n. So what is the reciprocal of this? It is basically 1 over this is equal to 2, this equal to 2n. So n is equal to 3. That is question number 3. Let's move on to question number 4. So calculate the value of 16 minus 8 divided by 2. So we have to follow the rule of BODMAS in this case. So basically first do division. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. 16 minus 4, that will be 12. Express this in standard form, so we have to move 1, 2, 3. That will be 3.2 times 10 power minus 3. 3.2 times 10 power minus 3. So 1, 2, 3, right. Now question number 5, Mr. Smith asked the children in his class, what is your favorite color? And the replies are given below. So we have a bunch of replies here. So part 1, by making tally marks or otherwise obtain the frequency of each color. So let's do that. So we have green. Green will be 1 here. Blue, blue, green, yellow, blue. Then we have green again. That will be right here. Red 1, blue is this one. Then we have green, then we have blue, then we have yellow, green, yellow. That will be blue. That will be yellow. And we have blue again, then blue again, then green, then we have blue, then yellow, then we have green, then we have blue, we have green, then we have yellow, and we have blue, last one. So here we have 5 plus 3, that will be 8, 5 plus 5 is 10, that will be 1, and this will be 6. So these are the frequencies of each color from this survey. Now part B, state the mode of this distribution. The mode has the highest frequency, which is 10. That will be blue. Blue is the mode of this distribution. Now question number 6, P is the 0.11, Q is the 0.5 minus 2. Part 1, it says the translation, so let's call this T, maps P onto Q, write down the column vector. So basically it says P plus a translation equals to Q. So find this T, it is Q minus P. Q is 5 minus 2, P is 1, 1. So T will be 4 minus 3. That will be your value of t. Now part B, find the coordinates of the midpoint of PQ. So P is this point, Q is this point. Midpoint, we have to use the formula, which is x1 plus x2 divided by 2, and y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So in this case, x1 is 1 plus 5 divided by 2, that will be 3. 1 minus 2 is minus 1 divided by 2, that will be minus half. 3 minus half. Okay, now let's move on to question number 7. The diagram shows a lighthouse L and 2 poles P and Q. So we have P and Q. Now Q is due east of L. So what does it mean, due east? It means if you were to measure this angle with this line, this will be 90. This is what it means. Okay, and says P and Q are each 10 km from L. So this is 10 and 10, which means this one are the same. Now question, it says find LQP. So LQP, so find this angle. But since these two sides are the same, we know this angle and this angle are the same as well. So this will be an isosceles triangle. So this angle will be just 180 minus 80. That will be 100 divided by 2. That will be 50. So this is 50 and this is also 50. So angle A will be, part A will be 50 degrees. Now part B, find the bearing of Q from P. Of Q from P. So we have to find, the bearing of Q. We have to find this angle. So how do you find this angle? As you can see here, if this is 90, this also will be 90, which means this is 10, and this is 10, this also will be 10. Now if this big one is 50, this will be 50 minus 10, that will be 40. So the bearing of Q from P will be 40. Now part C, the bearing of L from P, so it will be this, this, and this. So this is 180, and this is 180 minus 10. So basically 360 minus 10, that will be 350. Okay, that will be the bearing of L from P. Now question number 8, we have to solve this simultaneous equation. So here we have 2y equal to 3x minus 13. So if you observe, you will see that 6y is what? 6y is just 3 times 2y, right? So we know already what is 2y. As you can see here, we just replace. So x, 5x, minus 3 times 2y is 3x minus 13 equal to 23. Now we just have to expand. So we have 5x minus 9x plus 39 equal to 23. 5x minus 9x, that will be minus 4x equal to 23 minus 39. So let's find the 39 minus 23. What do we have? That will be 16. In this case will be minus 16. So x will be minus 16 divided by minus 4. That will be 4. So now find the value of y. We know that 2y is equal to 3 times x is 12 minus 13. That will be minus 1. So y will be minus 1 over 2. So x is equal to 4 and y is minus 1 over 2. That is question number 8. So question number 9 here we have, there are 50 people on a tour. So basically in total we have 50 people. On one day, 26 people went on the morning cruise. Let's call this one C, morning cruise. And 29 people went to the barbecue, B. Now using the Venn diagram or otherwise, answer the following questions. So part 1, it was thought that 4 people went to both events, so both event 4 people, and 1 person went to neither outside. Explain why this is not possible. Let's find out. So let's call this one set C, cruise. This one is barbecue. 26 people went to the cruise, so 26 minus 4, that will be 22 only went to the cruise. And barbecue, 29 minus 4, that will be 25. So basically this will be your Venn diagram if that was the case. But the reason why it is not possible, if you add everything up, it is supposed to give you 50. So basically the reason why is 22 plus 4 plus 25 plus 1 is equal to what? So let's do the math. So that will be 4 plus 1 is 5, 5 plus 25 is 30, 30 plus 22, that will be 52, which is more than 50. So that's why it is not possible. Right? Because we can only have a maximum of 50 people in this Venn diagram. It cannot be more than 50 people. Now part B, find the least number and the greatest number of people who could have gone to both events. So as you can see here, we have two options of representing this data. The first one, as we the most common one will be, this is C and this is B. So C, B, and this is X, we don't know. This will be what? 26 minus X, and this will be 29 minus X. And in total, we'll have to have 50. So basically, 26 minus X plus X. So your set is actually looks like this. That will be one option. So plus 29 minus X equal to 50. So find the value of X. So this one cancels out. That will be 55 minus X equal to 50. X will be 5. That's one of the possible values, which is 5. Now, what is the other possibility? The other one, we could say that basically this is our universal set. And we could say that the number of people who went to the cruise, they are a subset of the number of people who went to the barbecue. So this will be a cruise. C will be inside of B. This is 26, and 29 will be here. And outside we will have 50 minus 29, which is 21. So who have gone to both events, so the max value will be 26, and the least will be 5. That will be the two possibilities. Now question part 10. Consider a sequence of this one. We have 1 cubed minus 2. That's our first term. Second term, we have 2 cubed minus 4. Third term, we have 3 cubed minus 6. And fourth term, we have 4 cubed minus 8. So the fifth term, pretty easy. We will have 5 cubed minus, as you can see, every time is times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 2 is 6. 4 times 2 is 8. So 5 times 2 is 10. So that will be your fifth term of this sequence. Now part B, write down in terms of n an expression for n term. Pretty easy. N term will be n cubed minus 2n. Now part C, evaluate the 10th term of this sequence. The 10th term, it will be 10 cubed minus 2 times 10 will be 20, which is 1000 minus 20. That will be 980. So your answers here will be, the first line will be 5 cubed minus 10, n cubed minus 2n, and we have 980. That is question number 10. Now question number 11. What do we have here? We have triangle A, B, and C. Now part 1, an enlargement maps triangle A onto B. So in this direction, A onto B, write down the scale factor. So it was, before we have to compare the corresponding side. So this side became this side. Before it was 1, 2, 3, 4. It became 1. So the factor is 1 over 4. I hope that makes sense, right? So let's say if it was B to A, the factor will have been 4, right? Now part B, describe completely the single transformation which maps A onto C. So as you can observe here, so when we have something in this form, it's usually a stretch or a shear factor. So it can be a stretch or a shear. But now in this case, by observation and by experience, you will realize that this one is a shear factor with your x-axis as your invariant line. If you count, this point became this point. So this point is 1, 2, 3, 4 square from this. So 4, it becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And this one same, 1, 2, 3, 4, it became 1, 2, 3, 4. So this point became this point became this. How about this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It became 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So basically it's a shear factor with your x-axis as your invariant line. The factor here is exactly, if it is in this direction on the left hand side, it will be negative. On the right, it will be positive. So in this case, it went to the left, it will be factor -1. So write this down. It is a shear with, you can say shear factor -1 and x-axis as the invariant line. That will be the transformation. Now for part 12, let's see what we have here. We have a triangle ABC. We have the points. So you see the equation of BC is given by y equal to x plus 2. Equation of BC. Now, write down the three inequalities which define the region inside of the triangle ABC. Okay, so let's do that. So what is the equation of the line AC? We know the point A is what? The point A is given by -3 and 5. So basically this is -3. This line will be AC will be what? Will be x equal to -3. It is a vertical line. So we know BC already. What is AB? AB is a horizontal line with your y value at 5. So y equal to 5 will be your horizontal line. So in that case, let's write this down. So first one, it will be below this line. So y is less than 5. It will be on the right side of this line. It will be x more than -3. Will be above this line. So y will be more than x plus 2. That is question number 12. Now question number 13 we have, it is given that f of x equal to m plus nx, where m and n are constants. Given also that f of o of 0 equal to 1, f of 4 equal to 21, find the value of this. So first one, f of 0 equal to 1. So basically if you replace the value of x by 0 equals to 1, let's do that. M plus n times 0 equal to 1. So m equal to 1. That's the first one. So now we know that f of x equal to 1 plus nx. So now from this one, we know that f of 4 is equal to 1 plus 4n equal to 21. 4n will be 20, n will be 5. That's the value of n. So part C, find f inverse. So let y equal to m plus nx. M will be 1 plus n will be 5x. Find the value of inverse. So we have to make x the subject of formula. We have 5x equal to y minus 1. X will be y minus 1 divided by 2. So in this case, f inverse of x will be x minus 1 over 5. But the question is, find this one, 21, that will be 21 minus 1 over 5. That will be 20 over 5 equal to 4. Now, question number 14, we have in 2000, Esther went to a tennis tournament. Her ticket cost 700 rupees. At the tournament, she bought a program costing 60 rupees and an ice cream costing 40 rupees. So part 1, this information is to be shown in a pie chart. Calculate the angle of the sector which represents the amount you spent on the ice cream. So what is the total amount you spent? So total amount will be 700 plus 60 plus 40. So 60 plus 40 is 100, so that will be 800 for the total amount. Now let's find the angle of the sector. You will take ice cream, which is 40, over total amount times 360, which is the angle of a whole circle, whole pie chart. Now you simplify, divide by 4, you will have 9, 2, 0, that'll be 2, that'll be 18. So you will represent 18 degrees for that sector. Now part B, it says in 2001 the cost of a ticket was $7.35. Find the percentage increase in the cost. So how do you find percentage increase? You have to find the increase, divide by original cost times 100. So the increase is 735 minus 700, that will be 35 over 700 times 100. So 0, 0 cancels, 7, 1, 5. So 5% increase from the initial price. Now question number 15, this one is a locus question. Let's see what can we do in this one. In the diagram, in the answer space, we have TC, TD, and AB are straight lines. As you can see here, it is given to us. So part 1, we have to construct the locus of points which are equidistant from TC and TD. So TC and TD, as you can see, we have T and T here. So we have to find the bisector of angle T. So how do we do this? So let's go, we have to use our compass. So first thing, you go to your point T, you have to intersect this arc and this arc. This line. So we only have these 2 points of intersection. You go to the first point with the same distance. You have to draw an arc inside of this one, and then on this one, connect to this one. So here you will have a point of intersection and a point T. If you join those two, you will have your bisector of angle T. So that's the first locus. Now part 2, construct the locus of points which are equidistant from A and B. So A and B. So you have to draw the perpendicular bisector of line AB. So let's do that. So basically we have to go to each of the points. So first let's go to point B and measure distance which is more than halfway. Draw an arc on this side and an arc on this side. So now with the same distance, go to point A, intersect your first arc and then your other arc. So we have one here and one here, right? So now we have to connect the 2 points together. So that will be your answer for part B. Now what it says that C, the two loci meets as P. So they meet at P. This is the point where they meet. This is the point P. Great. Now it says AB is a chord of a circle, center P. Center P. This is center P. P will be center here. So draw the circle. So if this is the chord AC, it means that AP and PB will be the radius. So let's draw the circle. So let's go to the point P. We have to go to point A. That will be the radius of the circle. So now let's just draw your circle. As you can see, it's kind of blurry right now, but you should see that this will be your circle. It will touch this point as your tangent, and this AP and BP will be your tangent. So it will be the radius of the circle, giving you this shape. So that will be question number 15. Now question number 16, we have these two diagrams, A and 2. It says diagram 1 shows a device for measuring angles on a vertical plane. So what does it mean? It means that if you have something vertical, let's say you want to measure the height, you will use this device to measure the angle of elevation. This is what it means. Now diagram 2 shows the device being used by a surveyor. So now you can see this was initial position. it was not in use. This one is using. So as you can see here, he's looking at something at this angle of elevation. This angle will be angle x. So what is the value of x? It will be the same as this one. X is equal to this one, which is this reading here, which is 30. Okay, question 1, it says he views the top of a flagpole at an angle x to the horizontal. Write down the value of x. As we have seen, it is 30 degrees. Now part B, it says the surveyor stands on a horizontal ground 50 meters from the vertical flagpole. His eye level is 1.8 meters above the ground. Using a scale of 1 to 5, so 1 centimeter to 5 meters, make an accurate scale drawing and use it to find the height of the flagpole. So basically we have to draw the image of what's happening and then measure the height of the flagpole. So what do we know? We know that the angle of elevation is 30 degrees, and we know that he stands on a horizontal ground. It needs to be 50 meters from the flagpole. Now we use the scale. 50 meters is what? 50 meters to centimeters, so we know that 5 is 1, so 50 will be divided by 5, that will be 10 centimeters. So let's say, for example, let's assume that the surveyor was on one side. Let's say he was on this side. Right. So 10 will be about right here for the reading of 10. So surveyor was here, and this is your flagpole. Now this is the distance of 10. That is for now. Now his eye level is 1.8 above ground. So what is 1.8 meters? We have to divide by 5 to find this in centimeters. So 1.8 divided by 5. That will be 0.3. That will be 3 remaining. That will be 6. 0.36 centimeters above the ground. So let's measure that. So we have 1, 2, 3, 6, about this length. Now let's draw a horizontal line here so we can show the angle of elevation that he have. Okay, so as you know, the angle of elevation is 30. So from his eye level, from this point, it needs to be 30. For the angle of elevation, it will be on this line. So basically, he's looking in this direction for the top of the flagpole. So in this direction. Right. Now we have to see something here. It says the flagpole is vertical. It means that it is straight up. It is straight up. So that will be, this height here will be the height of your flagpole. So this angle here is 30. This distance here is 10 centimeters. And this length here is 0.36. So find this height. Let's measure the height. That will be, so for me I have about, it shows to be 6.2. So for me the distance is 6.2 centimeters, but you have to use a scale to convert back to meters. So 6.2 times 5, that will be 10. That will be 31. So 31 meters for the height of the flagpole. So by measurements. Now let's move on to question 17. Factorize completely this equation here. So what do we have in common? So we have 18 RC minus 3RD minus 6TC plus TD. So in the first two, we have 3 is common and R is common. So 6C minus D remains. And this one we can take out T is common and minus. So 6C remains and minus D. Now you see this and this are the same. So we take it out. We have 6C minus D and you have 3R minus D. So this is your answer for part 1, part A. Now for part B, we have to solve this equation. So first we cross multiply. You'll have 8x equal to 3x plus 9. So 8 minus 3 will be 5x equal to 9. X equal to 9 divided by 5. You can also multiply by 2 here, multiply by 2 on top. You will have 18 over 10, which is 1.8. So you can either write 9 over 5 or 1.8 as your answer for x. Now question number 18, we have a circle question. It says, the points A, P, Q, B, S are lies on the circle, this one. AP is produced to R, this one is produced to R, great. And these are the angles that is given to us. So part 1, find QPB. QPB, it is equal to what? 21. The reason is because this angle here, it is on this segment QB and reflecting to this one as well. So as you can see, this one is the same as this one, right? So let's write this down. Angle QBP will be 21. Reason is because it is on the same segment. You can say segment or arc. Segment QB has angle QSB as this one. Now second one, part B, given that M is the midpoint of AB, so the midpoint of AB will be M. Let's say it's about here. Find the angle PMA. So PMA, so you have to find this angle, right? So from observation, let's see what do we have here. From observation, you can see that 69 plus 21, that will be what? That will be 90, right? If this is 90 and APR is a straight line, this angle here will also be 90. So now you have to know that if you have an angle in a triangle, so the APB, and this one touches the circle, it means that by theory, AB will have to be, from this you conclude AB is the diameter of the circle. Now if AB is the diameter of the circle, and if M is the midpoint, AM will be the radius, and M is the center of the circle. So as you know, angle at center is twice the angle at circumference. This will be 48. So let's write this down. So angle PMA will be 48 because the first point you have to realize is that APB, which is this angle, is equal to 90, because we know that APR is a straight line. That's why it's 90, right? So from this we derive that M is center of circle, and because of that, angle at center, let's write this here, is 2 times angle at circumference. That's why you obtain 48 for this angle here. That is question 18. Now question 19, the cumulative frequency curve shows the distribution of the times of 300 competitors in a race. So in total we have 300 people. Now part 1, use the curve to answer the questions. So the race was won by Tegla. Find her time n, giving your answer in hours and minutes. So when do you win a race? The race is won by the one who has the lowest time, yeah, has the fastest time. So basically, the first one here has won the race. The race was won at 2.5 hours, which is 2 hours and 30 minutes. Now part B, find the median and time in hours. So median will be half of 300, that will be 150th value. So let's find that. 150 is exactly between 100 to 200. So let's show your work. You have to intersect the curve and then show the corresponding value. So this will be 3.1, 3.2. So it will be 3.2 hours. So hours will be 3. What is 0.2 minutes? So 0.2 times 60 for minutes. That will be 0. And 12. That will be 12 minutes. So 0.2 will be 12 minutes. Now question part C. The qualifying time for the Olympic Games was achieved by 10% of the runners. So 10% of the runners, we have 300 runners, so that will be 30 runners. Only 30 runners were able to be qualified for the Olympic Games. The rest began at 11:30. At what time did the last qualifying athlete finish the race? So the last qualifying athlete will be the 30th runner, because that was the last one who finished the race in this list. So 30th runner will be, so 10, 20, 30 will be here. And the corresponding angle here is 2.7. So 2.7 will be the time taken by the last runner. So now we know that it's 2 hours. And what is 0.7 hour? So 0.7 times 60, that will be 0, and that will be 42. So 2 hours and 42 minutes. Now what is the time? So you have to do 11:30 plus 2 hours and 42. That will be 2, 1, and that will be 14. So the time he finished will be 14 and 12. So 2 and 12 p.m. Now let's move on to question number 20. We have here P varies inversely as P, so 1 over P, which gives us V equal to K over P. Now when P equal to 3, V equal to 1, so 1, 3, so K equal to 3. So from this we have V equal to 3 over P. That's your first answer here. Express V in terms of P, you have this here. Now part B, complete the table below, table here. So basically we have to find this one. So when the value of P is 5, find the value of V. So V is equal to 3 over value of P is 5. That will be what? If you times 2 here, times 2 here as well, that will be 6 over 10, which is 0.6. Now same thing, the value of V is 9. Find the value of P. So you cross multiply, you will have P here equal to 3 over 9, which is 1 over 3. That's the value of P. That's the table for part B. Now question 21. Given that S equal to this fraction, part 1, find the value of S when R equal to 100 and V equal to minus 13. So 3 times minus 13 and minus 1. That will be minus 1300 divided by minus 13 times 3 will be minus 39 minus 1 minus 40. So 0, 0 cancels. Now minus cancel. That will be 130 divided by 4. Now divide by 2. You have 2. Divide by 2, you will have 65. Divide by 2 again, you will have 3. And then 2 here, 0.5. So 32.5 will be your value of S. Now part B, express V in terms of R and S. So make V the subject of formula. So here we have the equation at first. As always, when you have a fraction equal to a fraction, you have to cross multiply. You will have 3SV minus S equal to RV. Now you bring V to one side, you will have 3SV minus RV equal to S. You factorize V outside, you will have 3S minus R equal to S. Now V will be S divided by 3S minus R. So in this case, you will have S over 3S minus R. So V in terms of R and S. Now moving on to question 22, we have a speed time graph for this bus journey over 90 seconds. The bus reaches a maximum speed of 15 meters per second, as you can see here. So part 1, express 15 meters per second in kilometers per hour. So in this case, if you do know the formula, you can use the formula, but if you do not know, we can do step by step. We have, it takes, so basically in 1 second, it makes 15 meters. Now for 1 hour, what is 1 hour? 1 hour is equal to 3,600 seconds. So how many meters he will make in this much seconds? It will be 15 times this. So let's find the value. So 15 times 36. 0, 0 goes away. You will have 5 times 6 will be 30. Will be 9, and we will have 1, 2, 3, 45. 1, 2, 3, that will be 4 and 5. So this will be 54,000 meters, which is 54 kilometers. So this is 1 hour. So in 1 hour, it will make 54 kilometers. So the speed is actually 54 kilometers per hour. That is part A. Now part B, given that the acceleration was 0.5 meters per second, calculate the time taken in seconds to reach this maximum speed. So as you know, when you have a speed time graph, the acceleration is the gradient of the triangle. So now let's find where is the triangle. The triangle is here. So this is the base. We have to find this value here. Let's call this t, and the top here. We know that to find the acceleration, so acceleration is equal to the gradient, which is height is 15, divided by base, which is t, equal to 0.5. From this, the value of t will be what? 15 divided by, what is 0.5? It is basically, let's write this down here again. I will write this down here. So part B, we know that 15 over t equal to 0.5. But what is 0.5? It is 1 over 2. So you can cross multiply. Basically t, it will be equal to 30. So here t will be 30. This value here is 30. So basically it would take 30 seconds for it to accelerate to 15 meters per second. So 30 will be the time taken. Now for part C, it says the total distance traveled is 750. Find the length of time the bus was traveling at its maximum speed. So the total time taken here is, the total distance traveled will be 750. So we have to find the time at which it was at the maximum speed. So this one is t, so we have to find this length. What is this length? This length will be t minus 30. So how do you find area of, how do you find distance traveled? It will be area under the graph. This is area of a trapezium. So this length here is 90, this length here is t minus 30, and the height in between will be 15. So we can find the distance traveled. So distance traveled is equal to 750. It is given to us. So how do you find this? Area of trapezium, half, times sum of parallel sides will be 90 plus t minus 30. And times height in between, that will be 15, equal to this. Now we can simplify. So if you want to divide by 15, that will be 1. This will be 50. We send 2 on this side, you will have 90 plus t minus 30 equal to 100. So we want to find the value of t minus 30 equal to 10. So that will be the length of time that we were looking for, so 10. So we are trying to look for this distance, which was t minus 30. So t minus 30 is equal to 10. That is 22. Now question 23. A transformation S is represented by this matrix. So if you have done many practice questions, you will know that anything which look in this shape, in this form, it will be a stretch with stretch factor, this one, and x as your x-axis as your invariant line. This should be your stretch factor. But anyways, the shape A has vertices. This is given to us as the shape A here. Great. And now it says, by calculating this, draw this one. So pretty easy. Let's find the value of this. So rows by column, this will be 2, 0, minus 2, 0. This will be 0, 1, 0, minus 1. So that will be the image of A after this transformation. So 2, 0 will be here, minus 2 will be here, and this one the same. So the image will be this, this, and the last one here. That will be the image. Now for point B, find the matrix of this. So this is actually equal to S times S. So what is S times S? First time S is 2, 0, 0, 1, and same thing again. That should give you. So rows by column, that should be 4, 0, 0, 1. So that's the matrix S squared. Right. Now moving on to part C. It says draw this one on this one. So you know this one is equal to 4, 0, 0, 1. So you can calculate that if you want to. Let's do it. So 4, 0, 0, 1. A is given to us by 1, 0, 0, 1 minus 1, 0, 0, minus 1. So this will become 4, 0, 0, 1 minus 4, 0, 0, minus 1. So it moves only to this side, and these two remain the same. So the shape becomes like this. Okay. Now for question part D, draw and label this one. So if you want to use the matrix again, you can do this. So S3 is equal to S times S2. We know S is equal to 2, 0, 0, 1. S2 is 4, 0, 0, 1. S3 will be 8, 0, 0, 1. Now times A, 8, 0, 0, 1 times A will be 1, 0, 0, 1 minus 1, 0, 0, minus 1. That will be 8, 0, 0, 1 minus 8, 0, 0, minus 1. So basically it moves to this side, 8 here and 8 here. That will be the image. So you can always use matrix in this case to find the image of the transformation. So this one is question 23. So I think we have one more question to go, so it's not too bad for this year. Now this will be the image, and part E, write down the matrix that represent this one. So you have to observe what sequence do we have. We see that S1 is given by 2, 0, 0, 1. S2 is given by 4, 0, 0, 1. And S3 is given by 8, 0, 0, 1. So the only difference here, as you can see, is this one, this, and this. So for the first term, it is 2. For the second term, it is 4. For the third term, it is 8. So you can also rewrite down these values. So 2 can also be written as 2 power 1. 4 can be written as 2 power 2. 8 is 2 power 3. So let's say if it was 4, what would you write? You will write 2 power 4. But now I say if it is n, it will be 2 power n. So basically, the only thing changes is here, 2 power n, and the rest remains the same. This will be your matrix representing this one. Okay, moving on to the last question, 24. We have this one, a cube, which has length 10, height 10, and width 10 as well. That's the cube. Now, part 1, a triangular pyramid is cut off from the corner of cube A. As you can see here, it is cut off. Basically, this is 5, and 5 and 5. So all the sides are 5 for this pyramid as well. So find the volume of the pyramid. So pretty easy, since all the sides are 5, so you will say volume equal to 1/3 times area of base. Area of base is a triangle. Area of triangle is half times base, which is 5, times height, and times the height here, which will be 5 as well. This will be area of triangle times the height of the pyramid. So in this case, it will give you 125 over 6. That will be the volume of the pyramid. So 125 over 6. Now part 2, from another 10 centimeter cube shown in this answer space here, a second similar pyramid is cut from the corner P. Okay, the volume is 8 times the volume of the first pyramid. On the diagram, draw the lines where the cut is made. So where the cut is made, let's see. So we have to use this information here where it says the volume is 8 times the volume of the first one. The first one was 125 over 6 times 8. What do we have? Let's simplify. We had divide by 2, you will have 3 here. Divide by 2, you will have 4 here. So 4 times 125 is what? That will be 500. So 500 over 3. So how would you find the volume? As you can see here, volume of pyramid, it is basically 1 over 3 times 1 over 2 times same 3 sides. So times, let's call it L times L times L, so L cube is equal to 500 over 3. So now we can simplify this. So 3 goes away. L3 will be 1000. Cross multiply. L will be cube root of 1000. So this should be 10. In that case, the length is 10. You can copy this one. So it will be, the length is here is 10. 10, 10, and 10. So 10 and 10 here. And the last one is 10 as well. So that will be the shape that you will have. Now the last part of the question, another 10 centimeter cube is cut as shown. As you can see here, a prism containing the corners B and C is removed. So we have to find the volume which remains. So what is the volume of the cube? It is length times width times height. So volume is 1000. What is the volume of the prism? Volume of prism, it is always the area of this. So this is a right angle here. Area of cross surface area, half times base is 5 times height, and times the length here is 10. So the length is 10, right? So 1, that will be 5. So 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. So the volume remaining will be 1000 minus 125, which is what? Which will be 875. So your answer will be 875 centimeter cube. Okay, so that was the last question of this paper. I hope that was somewhat helpful. And as always, thank you for watching. I'll see you soon.